the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. I am your host, the infamous Ultimate One, coming through you through the YouTube channel as we go through what is happening what's happening in professional wrestling and the news that has been coming in. I try to give you as much stuff as I can. There are breaking news or stuff that's been happening that people don't even know it. So again, guys, thank you for coming to my YouTube channel and subscribing to my YouTube channel. To those who have subscribed, I appreciate it. Those who, have even bought some of my t-shirts and hoodies and all that stuff, I appreciate it. If you guys want to get apparels from the Chokeslam Wrestling Report, you go to tcwr.theveryimpressive.com. That's tcwr.veryimpressive.com. And if you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. I also got an audio podcast that you can follow on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, and any audio platforms that you guys like to listen to your favorite podcast. So now that I got that all out the way, of course, there's stuff going on all over the place, and most likely the news that came out of New Japan because of Tama Tonga back in January 31st said that he was January 30 actually said he was a free agent. So now people were like, oh my god, he's a free agent. Is he going to sign with AEW? Because now him and his brother are working at Impact with Jay White as part of a feud that they have with the Good Brothers. And so they figure like, he's probably going to show up at AEW. Well, he may show up at AEW. Who knows? Hey, Jay White showed up in AEW this week out of nowhere. So the storyline behind that, which is pretty good. But Tama Tonga is no longer a free agent. As of Fightful Select, it says, on February 6th, Tama tweeted, I am a free agent since January 30, 2022. But I used the hashtag misinformation leads to some confusion as to whether or not the tweet was true. On the latest Tama Island, he cleared up the confusion by saying he was a free agent on January 30, but his free agency period did not last very long. Tama Tonga is the face of New Japan, if you think about it, as far as a gauging. And if you don't know what a gauging is a non-Japanese wrestler. He's pretty much the face of New Japan. As far as the guy who's not non-Japanese, he is the face of the Bullet Club. And I know that Jay White is the leader of the Bullet Club, but Tama Tonga is the face of Bullet Club, if you think about it. So that alone shows you that New Japan was not going to be wasting time trying to get him to resign. Whatever, they've jumped on it right away and pretty much signed him back. Which is a smart move on their part. Also, news coming out of WWE. Supposedly, they're saying that WWE is going to be back at Madison Square Garden, and they have no other. And this is March 5th. They're going to have Brock Lesnar and Ronda Rousey in the card. Now, the Ronda Rousey, that's, she's going to be part of a tag team with Sasha Banks. And I believe they're facing Charlotte Flair and Natalya, which is reasonable because you put them in a tag team because Charlotte, I think, if I'm correct, because I have not been watching WWE ever since this whole Royal Rumble chaotic, booking and the whole that. So I think since then, it's pretty much a good way to do it with instead of wrestling each other in a tag team. Natalya, of course, it's going to team up with Charlotte. Sasha Banks, we don't know where she's going to be. Where is she going to be as far as wrestling anybody at WrestleMania, but she's going to team up with her. But Brock Lesnar is also in the card. Now, Brock Lesnar is going to wrestle Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship, which I find it real stupid because, if I'm correct, I believe the Elimination Chamber is somewhere this month. I don't know what day it is. I really don't care for it. I don't know when is it. But if Brock Lesnar beats Bobby Lashley at the Elimination Chamber, so that means Bobby Lashley is going to get a title shot at Brock. It's just chaotic. This whole thing with WWE. And my question is, I'm not going to say who's coming to watch this because this is New York. a lot of wrestling fans in New York City will come to go see WWE because they, it's WWE, and the majority of people that go to see WWE, they're pretty much just in the bubble of WWE. They don't watch anything else, and if they do, they're not. They're just watching for fun of it. They don't put the effort or whatever, but But this is what Fightful Select was saying there. WWE rose through MSG for the road to WrestleMania. That's what it is for. The Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar will be wrestling Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship, but it could be the other way around because they're going to Saudi, and most likely Brock may come back from Saudi Arabia with the WWE title to maybe have a unification match with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship match. I don't know why they put this in Madison Square Garden and they're not televising it. So Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship triple threat match. We know who's gonna win this. Becky Lynch is coming out of that. And why are you putting Bianca Belair in a triple threat match against Rhea Ripley? And the way it looks like, Rhea Ripley's gonna be the one gonna get the shot at Becky for WrestleMania. I don't think Bianca Belair is gonna get it. And then Ronda Rousey and Sasha Banks versus SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair, and Tag Team Championship. They said plus more of your favorite superstar live tonight, including RK Bro, AJ Styles, Newsday's Big E and Kofi Kingston, the Uso, and many more. Card subject to change. You damn right the card's gonna subject to change because I could see Brock Lesnar probably coming out of that Elimination Chamber with that belt. I don't know what to say. It's just crazy, but. This right now, as far as Impact is concerned, Impact just lost a member from their No Surrender match, who they're supposed to go one-on-one against Honor No More, which Honor No More includes, and I'm gonna say it called Vincent, Matt Taven, who else is in that group? Mike Bennett, PCO, Kenny King just joined. And whatnot, and now they just I believe who's the other guy? I know there's somebody else in there that is in there. So, but now Josh Alexander will not be at No Surrender because Josh Alexander, as of last night, he wrestled I believe Big Con. Big Con is one of the members from Connor from the Ascension. He came in the ring. He made his Impact Wrestling debut, losing a match to Josh Alexander. The walking weapon was confronted by Big Kong after explaining how he plans to invoke his rematch clause for the Impact title following No Surrender. After an incredibly quick match that saw Alexander win via submission while wearing his street clothes. So they made Big Kong look stupid coming in, debuting on Impact just to get beaten quickly by Josh Alexander. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Josh Alexander. I just don't like the way they're doing this storyline. Why he has to go through hurdles to get his damn Impact rematch. They screwed them at Bound for Glory by giving the damn belt to Moose. When Moose, they should have gave that belt to him earlier last year. So Impact got some, I don't know their storyline. And don't get me wrong, I'm more invested in the Honor No More versus Team Impact crew, which is, it's cool. Supposedly Steve Macklin joined Team Impact to face Honor No More. So Josh Alexander got replaced by Steve Macklin, I guess, by submission. Again, Josh continued the attack on Big Con, and security guards have to come in and after the bell to stop him. But he kept on, and he even pushed Scott D'Amore to the ground after an impassioned debate that saw Alexander demand a rematch and threatened that if it's not granted, he could soon be a free agent. The Impact executive sent Alexander home and removed him from Team Impact versus Honor No More. So, guys, if you haven't seen this, check it out. At No Surrender, there's no timetable where he was giving his return. So, I guess they're taking him out of TV. The way he looks like, I really don't know. Killer Kross, who I thought was going to debut this Wednesday on Impact, not Impact, AEW Dynamite, is coming out at MLW's at Superfight 2022. Supposedly, Killer Kross is making a return to Major League Wrestling. During the February 10th episode of MLW Fusion, it was announced that Killer Kross will be at MLW Superfight on February 26th. This will be his first appearance for the company since February 2020, which is true. That's the last time I saw him in MLW before he signed with WWE, after which he signed for WWE. The vignette revealing his presence at Superfight could be seen in the tweet below. So, supposedly at February 26th, the World Heavyweight Champion Alex Hammerstone will wrestle Davey Richards, who won the Opera Cup in December. A four-way National Openweight Championship, Alex Kane versus Matt Kross versus ACH versus Calvin Tankman. And that storyline is pretty good because supposedly Kane got Tankman so pissed off that he got locked up. So this is going to be a Stairway to Hell match. Matt Kruger versus Jacob Fatu. I am dying to see this. This is going to be crazy. And Ricky the Dragon Steamboat will come to MLW. I don't know what capacity. Rick and Kerry Morton debuts. I don't know who the hell that. And Killer Kross returns. Some of the Alex and Tan signed to compete. And Jacob Fatu, Cesar Duran, the World Tag Team Champions 5150 with Conan, Alicia Tout, Matt Kruger, Richard Holiday, Aris, The Judge, EJ Nuka, and Myron Reed and TJP. EJ Nuka, that guy's going to be big. Everybody's sleeping on it. WWE had him in the NXT and they let him go. The Judge, they let him go. That guy's going to explode. I'm telling you, it's great. It's a great time to be a wrestling fan because now there's so many good matches. There's so many matchups that you could just sit down and enjoy and don't have to deal with WWE programming because WWE pulled Raw this week and I swear to God I thought I was watching some type of game show at 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what is this? So they're doing all this stupidity game show stuff between RK Bro and the Alpha Academy just to get a stupid title shot. And that's all I have to say because it's stupid. So they I don't know. They and it's true because Kyle O'Reilly said the reason he didn't sign with WWE or NXT or whatever it was because they said they're not into professional wrestling. So why cover them? Why cover them? If they are just a sports entertainment, it's all comedy, it's all stupidity, it doesn't have nothing to do. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to avoid the WWE situation, anything that has to do with WWE because it's ridiculous. AEW, of course, you guys saw Keith Lee and Jay White debut at AEW this past week. Tonight they're gonna have Rampage. I don't know. I know Hook is in the card. There's gonna be some other matches, but Jay White landing in AEW to attack Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero shows you what I said a couple of weeks ago through my audio podcast when I said that Jay White had, and I put this on Twitter, he was calling out AEW wrestlers. He had just beat Christopher Daniels at New Japan Strong, and he said this is the best that the All Elite Wrestling could bring. So pretty much he was calling people out. And he's been calling out Kenny Omega for a while when he said the so-called belt collector. So I guess when Kenny Omega comes back, and how you call it? And then when the Young Bucks are going to go after Adam Cole and the Red Dragon, you could also see that maybe Jay White may get involved in that match, and then we're going to have a Kenny Omega versus Jay White. Those who did not see Kenny Omega versus Jay White in Japan, when Jay White beat Kenny Omega for the IWGP United States Championship, are in for a treat. Because Jay White, right now, beside Moxley, that I'm a big fan of Moxley, Jay White in Japan is my favorite. Besides Tama Tonga, because Tama Tonga I've been following for a long time. Jay White is the freaking man. This man is the man. And you can't ask for nothing better than that with Jay White. I don't know what is his role in AEW, but it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. The Forbidden Door has just opened, big time. It just got broken down. Keith Lee, pretty much, debuting and taking care of Isaiah Cassidy. And there was a report around that Matt Hardy did the same thing that Jeff Hardy did in Texas, where he walked away the crowd. He jumped over the barricade or walked through the barricade and left. So pretty much it looks like HFO are done at them. Most likely Andrade is going to be the one who's going to take over all the members from the Blade, the Butcher, Isaiah Cassidy, Private Party. because right now you saw this week Blade versus Warlow in a match, and I'm saying, wait a minute, you got the Pinnacle guy, Rule-Breaker versus Rule-Breaker, because supposedly Warlow is still a Rule-Breaker technically because he's part of the Pinnacle, but you know, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. AEW hit the 1 million mark again on the ratings. That show this week was incredible with the how you call it, with the Texas Death Match between Hangman Page and Lance Archer, and Adam Cole coming out declaring, "I won a title shot." He didn't have to say it. His actions spoke loud. So that is it for me today, guys, from the Chokeslam Wrestling Report Studios. Again, I want to thank all my subscribers. Continue to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for new uploads, and hit that that thumbs up. Again, let me know what you think of this video. What are your thoughts with WWE coming to Madison Square Garden? Most likely they're gonna get probably 10,000 people because they do well in Madison Square Garden. They did horrible at the Barclays Center on the Survivor Series thing. I think it was the Survivor Series. Are you going to go and pay all this money to watch Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley? You already saw this in Royal Rumble. Are you going to watch Ronda Rousey teaming up with Sasha Banks to go with Charlotte Flair and Natalya? Are you going to watch this? Are you going to watch the Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns match? You saw this in Royal Rumble. So they're kind of repeating the same thing that you already saw at the Royal Rumble. But people will go. I guess some people will bring their kids. This is on March, I believe it's March 5th, like I said. So we will see. Also, I will be at the House of Glory tomorrow. Jay White is supposed to make his debut at House of Glory, and he will be facing Ken Broadway. House of Glory, I mean, they do not disappoint me. I love going there and having a good time, meeting with my friends, hanging out with my boy Jay from the Turnbuckle Tabloid, plus my crew. So we have a good time every time we go there. So we'll see what happens. Until then, guys, again, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Check my Chokeslam Wrestling Report audio podcast on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon Music, and any other audio podcast that you like listening to your show. And check out my store, that's tcwr.veryinkpressive.com. That's tcwr.veryinkpressive.com. And check it out, and check the store out with my hoodies, my hats, my t-shirts, and check it out and see if you get a gift for somebody. Somebody's birthday's coming up, right? Who's a wrestling fan, you can check that out. So until then, guys, be blessed, and I'll see you next week.